make that people, they can't believe, what I'm telling them. And they really, in many cases, people have to see the evidence with their own eyes, and then they wake up. But many people now, like I said, countless numbers now worldwide are seeing that evidence, and it's all. I mean, the internet is just littered with it now.
Oh yeah.
So
well, the only enemy that we really have now is not whether or not the lies are capable of deflecting people. It's whether or not people actually want to look. Okay.
Right.
Once they look, they find out, and the truth has become self-evident. But just like as I mentioned before with the climate change debate, for example, they don't want to look because they're afraid to be wrong. They're afraid to know the truth. That's really sad. Imagine, just picture this. We've got virtually an entire global community who is afraid to hear truth.
You're quite right. And people like Al Gore spreading their lies and all that. And I mean, who needs a new tax, for God's sakes? Don't we pay enough taxes?
Well,
it's a bit ridiculous.
My point on this is, Rick, can you name me a single human activity that does not produce CO2? No? Okay. Well,
right.
So ergo to tax CO2 is to tax human existence itself. And that's been a plan all along.
You're quite right, brother. Now, I tell you right now, if we could eliminate people like Al Gore, there would be a lot less problem with CO2.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of hot air that comes out of him, it's unbelievable. But also, it ties into this thing. So people forget what was his name? He was the Eisenhower. Eisenhower. He warned about the disastrous rise of misplaced power, whether sought or unsought by the military-industrial complex. The potential for this exists and will persist. It was very prophetic words. And now we have a medical military-industrial complex at the same time. So what I feel that you're doing, and as well as many other people along many different fronts, whether that be climate change or whatever, all we're doing is driving a wedge, okay? There's a big door. It's a closed door. And everybody's got one little wedge. And if everybody hammers that wedge into a different part of that door, its frames will bust wide open and we will be free. But
that's right.
You've got to have the guts to do a bit of door knocking first.
Yes, you do. And, I mean, people, they often ask me, you must have been threatened or things like that. And I say, no one has ever threatened me. It's a wonder that somebody didn't come shoot me years ago. If they had, then they could have put an end to this whole thing. If they had got rid of me back in 2004 or so. But now my name has become so well known. And when I went back to Canada, I was stuck in Canada for 11 months here just recently. And not one police officer, no, I shouldn't say that. One police officer did come near me. He was looking for treatment for his daughter. but not one cop came near me. And, I think they understand now that if they put me in a court or something like that, that it would be a very bad scene for them and it would draw more attention to this. And I think that actually the courthouse would be surrounded. Because, enough people do know the truth now.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much enough to know the truth. You actually have to stand up for it.
Yes.
I mean, the reason why a lot of people often shy away from debates of this nature is because they're just not informed.
Yes.
And so they go, okay, this debate is over, you're crazy, I'm walking away. And okay, the only reason why you think this debate is crazy is because you don't know what you're talking about, and you couldn't conceive possibly that you could be wrong in any way, shape, or form. You know everything? Is that the reason why you're ignoring me? You've got all available information? I love the ones who say, there's no proof, there's no evidence. Really? Are you telling me there's no proof, no evidence on the whole planet Earth, be it online, in a book, or in the mind of a scientist, that you, and you alone, are the sole arbiter of all said information, and that you can categorically state that in the existence of all knowledge in the universe, that there is no proof, and there is no evidence? Are you willing to swear and sign an affidavit to that effect?
Right. Yeah, it's a good idea. the pressure on them, make them responsible. And this is what we have to do. I mean, if governments don't have, if they're not responsible to their citizens, then who are they?
Well, I think
And
it's
why do
garbage.
we,
It's
you know,
garbage in, garbage out, though, Rick. You know, the citizens
Right.
aren't responsible,
You get it.
and so naturally they elect irresponsible politicians to represent their interest.
Of course. You're quite right, brother.
I mean, it's sad, but it's freaking funny. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, after the break at the VinnyEastwoodShow.com. Rick Simpson from PhoenixTears.ca is my guest. And also, please go to the VinnyEastwoodShow.com because I'm in a bit of a financial stress plight right at this very moment in time. So any support would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show that's all about being an edible extraterrestrial. It's the Vinny Eastwood Show on AmericanFreedomRadio.com 5 days a week. AmericanFreedomRadio.com is back online, ladies and gentlemen. It's been down for virtual week, and I went to it just now before the show. I was like, oh my god, it's back online! I don't have to kill myself in the bathtub tonight.
Oh, Vinny. You certainly do have the one-liners, brother.
Now, if you have many one-liners, does that count as one-liners or just many liners?
Many liners.
Yeah. Kind of like J.P. Morgan, at the time that he built the Titanic, he actually built two other ships as well that were a similar size as the Titanic, and then he allegedly deliberately sunk the Titanic with all his competition on board.
Well, that likely is a fact. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, you gotta love
I'm
those
excited.
false flags.
Well, I'm excited right now because there's a lot of talk about Tesla and free energy and, all of these things, again, that's been hidden from us. And to see the attention being paid to Nikola Tesla, I think is wonderful. That man, I really think he was the greatest scientist of all time.
Yeah.
He was so far ahead of everyone else. Even Albert Einstein, I don't think he could hold a candle to Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, I agree. And in fact, somebody asked me once if I could interview anybody living or dead, who would it be? Tesla.
Yes.
No contest. Although Suzanne Posel gave from OccupyCorporatism.com gave a different answer. She wanted to speak to Jesus and find out what was actually really going on. And I thought, hey, actually, yeah, that'd be cool too. Chill out with JC. Smoke it.
Why not? And then we could talk to JC about the amazing medicine he used to heal people, which was also full of cannabinoids. I love this. People come to me quite often. I can't use this oil because it would go against my religion. And I look at them and I said, well, do you believe in Jesus? Well, yes. I go to church. And I said, well, why do you refuse to use the same medicine that Jesus Christ himself used? And then they give you this stupid look. And I said, it's been proven the holy anointing oil was full of cannabinoids. It was not the power of God that Jesus was using. It was the power of cannabis. But I honestly think that if there was a man named Jesus Christ walking this earth 2,000 years ago, I believe he was just an ordinary man who was using hemp medicines to heal people. And he achieved wonderful results, and for doing that, they probably killed him.
Yeah. Who do you trust?
That's right, brother.
I mean, seriously. I had a friend back when I was working on the vines after I got busted for selling cannabis. I had to work on the vines for a year and do my community service as well. And her father had a T-shirt that said, "Man created alcohol,